Log4j review. What is Log4j? How does it work? Are questions we are not going to be answering in this video. Instead, we're going to look at how we can figure out if you, my friend, are affected by Log4j and what you can do about it. Spoiler alert, if you've been affected, burn your computer down. Just in case you didn't know, Log4j is a logging library for Java. It's widely used everywhere. There's a massive security flaw in it that basically means that if you can get Java to write a log using this Log4j library, you can get a remote code execution, which is really, really bad, and the worst thing ever to happen to computer security for many years, because as we all know, 3 billion devices, probably more now, run Java. It's basically everywhere. Things affected by this security flaw include games, so Minecraft, you just go into a server if it's running a version that has this vulnerability, which most are, including like 2b2t. Type commands in, and then you can execute commands on that server. There we go. Very not cool. So other things affected, the applications that you'd use if you're a system admin, like Graylog, Elasticsearch, Logstash, like the Elk stack, pretty big and affected. The Elastic stack now. Embedded systems are affected, so they probably won't even ever be able to be updated. Phones, my toaster, my smart fridge, basically anything else. Cars are affected. I don't actually have a smart toaster or smart fridge, obviously. But if you do, you're probably affected, so update your fridge. Very not cool, again. So the first thing we've got to do as a system admin, which we all are, we're all professionals here in the Mark channel. First thing we've got to do as professional system admins, check if we're actually running Log4j. So this example here, this is my web server, and it is a CentOS 7 server. So there's many ways that we have to check if we're running it. The reason why we are checking, and we don't just know, is that normally applications can install Log4j as a dependency that you wouldn't even know about. A vendor might install an application for you that uses Log4j that they haven't told you about because it's just so common that they don't feel like they need to tell you about it, so it's not on your asset register. It's cringe even saying that word. Yes, there's many possibilities for it to be installed everywhere that we might not know about, so we've got to find them. Right, let's go. First thing, let's just do a really simple check. So we're going to use our systems package manager here to see what programs are installed. So in my case, it's Yum. Yours would be, you're probably using Arch, by the way, so it's Pacman. If you're Gentoo, it's Portage. Ubuntu is apt, Debian apt. SUSE Linux is Zipper. Big brain text. Our installed packages and grep for Log4j. We don't know the exact package name, so we're doing a case-insensitive search. If this appears, it's probably installed in our system. It doesn't appear that it is installed. It's good. Step 1, okay. It's not installed by the system package manager, but as you probably know, there's many ways of getting software onto a server without using the package manager. If this returns true, it's installed and potentially you're vulnerable. If you are, we go over how to see if you've been exploited soon enough. So we're just going to search our whole file system now for the Log4j, a file containing Log4j, which will probably be the package, so like log4j.jar. This is often the case with like vendors, they'll install applications in op. We're just going to look in our whole file system, the root of our file system, case insensitive, we'll look for any file with Log4j in it. So it's a very intensive search, especially if your file system is big. So it's looking through every single file and then doing a case-insensitive search, because even if it contains just Log4j with random words around it, it will match, right? So it's probably not the best way, but it's definitely the most thorough. So we do that. We have Log4j check.py. That's a script I wrote to check for Log4j that we won't be using. Got to admit, my heart did skip a very small beat there. But anyway, yeah, you see it's thorough. Okay, this, not to worry about. That's something I did. Ignore that. So we don't find anything there, good, but we've still got to check if Log4j is actually running. Check for process on Linux, use PS, what are the best 3 things? AUX, correct. Then we grep for Log4j. Log4j is not running. This is the literal grep command. Okay. Good. If Log4j appears, panic. So if Log4j appeared in any of these things you did, it appeared on mine here, but again, not relevant here. It's the grep. If you've ever done this command, you'll be aware of that. So we are now going to run a command that I didn't create, but someone smarter than me did. So we're going to run this command here. I had to shrink my terminal. We're going to run this command here. I had to shrink my terminal, which looks for anything containing the Log4j exploit string, which looks a bit like this in our log files. So if this returns, it means we've been, which it probably will, especially because this is my web server, so it's publicly accessible. If this returns, it means someone has attempted to exploit you. Not necessarily a problem for me, because we're not running Log4j as we saw there. But let me just show you how many times I've been attempted. Yeah, loads of times, right? Loads of people keep trying to exploit me here. This is my Django blog here. They just keep trying. They're hammering away at me many times. Look, so loads of people are trying. They download their exploit here. Yeah, loads of people have tried. So if this returns results, it means that you've been attempted to be exploited. If you have Log4j installed and it's running, you have been exploited. Oh dear, you've been exploited. What next? Turn your server off, burn the data center, and never touch it again. I'll pretend it doesn't happen. You're likely some part of botnet now. You're either like cryptocurrency mining, DDoSing people, or they're accessing all your customers' information. So, best case scenario, you're Bitcoin mining for someone else. So because of how log files work, we also need to check compressed log files. So to do that, you can't just grep a compressed file, you need to use zgrep here. So this finds anything in our log files that's been gzipped, which our syslog will do it when it rotates, and then it will zgrep for the exploit string. We'll do that. Okay, we don't have any because my log rotate hasn't kicked in yet because it hasn't been a week. If it had, they'd return. Important to run though. If, like me, none of those returned anything, you're in the clear. Go drink some tea to celebrate. Look, little penguin tea. Oh, the taste of not using anything Java related. Python is my new best friend. I guess that's all I can really tell you. Not really sure how to end this one. Yeah, just know that if you're actually a sysadmin, you should do this on your Linux servers. You could probably script it. I didn't write these commands. They're from a GitHub gist that I shall link below. Yeah, if you're a sysadmin, check every single bit of your kit. Hypervisors, every server, firewalls especially. Go on the vendor's website and check, because firewalls tend to be like black boxes. You know, I'm not talking about IP tables here. I'm talking about Cisco hardware firewall that you configure through a shitty web GUI. Through a bad web GUI, we don't use swear. But that's just why if you're in a big enough company, you know, there'll be this one black box running somewhere that everyone forgets about that will now be the entry point into your company for hackers. So yeah, basically everyone's screwed, the world's gonna collapse. On that happy note, subscribe for more. Like, comment, subscribe. Sorry I haven't made videos. I've been very busy. I'm working on one video that should be quite nice and fun, light-hearted, but I've had to use my hands to make something. That's coming. Anything else that's coming interesting? Different alternate camera angle, stay tuned for that. New microphone, getting one of those thankfully. So yeah, going up in the world. 250 subscribers is a Gen 2 speedrun, like this guy said. Bye!